This episode, we're going to talk about James Madison. We're going to talk about more Arsenal players, or players linked to Arsenal, for fuck's sake. Okay, so don't get upset about if you want a certain player that you don't want. Actually, if Arsenal are seeking some certain players, and if you don't want that player to come to Arsenal, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, many people were hostile to Nicola Pepe as well. Slow and steady, you'll get the hang of it. Okay, but in this episode, we're going to talk about James Madison. What exactly is happening? We're going to deal with that. First of all, I would like to thank AFC Bell for really the moment they tweeted out, boom, after that, it's all about James Madison all over the news at Arsenal wanting him, as well as Ben White. So we're going to talk about it in this episode, and we're going to talk about the agent talks between James Madison's and of course Ben White. So we have a source that actually has revealed certain inside knowledge as well. So according to Adrian J. Kajumba, or Kayumba, whatever that is, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. So Chris Wheatley also tweeted out that Arsenal are considering a move for James Madison, and Adrian says that, and even other reporters have reported that fees would be in excess of 60 million pounds. Those close to the player claim he is top of the list for Arsenal this summer. Okay. So even Mail Sport understand that Arsenal believe that there is still an opportunity to strike an agreement with Leicester for James Madison. Why am I saying this? Have I lost it? No, I haven't. So here's the update about it. So Conrad Harrison says, first let me tell you about James Madison, then I'll go to Ben White. He says Leon Angel is the agent of James Madison, has confirmed to him that Arsenal have been in touch to see if a deal is possible. Some intermediaries have been assigned to discuss with Leicester, who would not accept less than 60 million pounds for the attacking midfielder. Nothing concrete as it stands, but they are trying to get a feel of where the ball is in the court of Leicester City at the moment. Well, Leon Angel also confirmed to him that James would love to move to Arsenal. He followed the club as a youngster and sees himself boosting his profile and climbing into the England squad by player for a higher profile Premier League side. That's what he said. And let's talk about the Ben White situation. Now he says about Ben White, Arsenal are increasingly confident a deal for Ben White will be done. The player is keen on the move and feels that it's an honour for a club the size of Arsenal to be in for him. Arsenal's first bid for around 40 million including add-ons was rejected. However, a second bid with realistic add-ons is due to be submitted before the end of the week, bringing the fee close to the 50 million that Brighton value their young England defender at. Also, he says that he just had a chat with Alex Levac, who is an agent of an intermediary for Ben White. He says that Arteta has spoken to Ben White and laid out a plan for him to become a long stay in the Arsenal team. And Ben White wants the move to Arsenal. He's working hard to get it done. After the catch-up we had, hearing the tone in his voice, I'm going to say he's excited about this deal getting done. Not only will he be in the money, but his client will be making a huge move and will be taking a huge step in his career. Okay, so expect James Madison new bid from Arsenal. And how is it, like, we all know Arsenal did not have the money. How do they have the money suddenly? Yeah, well, crazy stuff. Arsenal took out a loan from Barclays Bank for an unspecified amount last month, which was taken out to pay back the whole pandemic, refinancing the loan the club asked for last year. It has been suggested that there are no restrictions on the loan, giving Arsenal the freedom to spend on transfers before player sales this summer. Furthermore, the imminent departures of Matteo Guendouzi, Granit Xhaka and Dinos Mavropanos will bolster the club's finances as they look to sign more than 4 players. Okay, that is that. Also, we're going to talk about something more, and that is Aaron Ramsey. Well, he produced an exceptional display. Of course, missed 3 chances, but what a showcase of him to beat Turkey. I mean, one of the mainstays that I expected them to qualify easily to the next round. Turkey look like they're out of it. They're really out of it, and I'm not even. Someone said that they were the dark horses, but trust me, they're no longer even in contention to be strong enough to even consider to be competing in the World Cup next time around. Really bad performance. So here's the big part. Borussia Dortmund are exploring the market for possible midfield reinforcements. Matteo Guendouzi is one topic being discussed, and Dortmund have already made contact with the players' environment. Is it true? Well, kinda yes. So according to George Kruel, he says that Borussia Dortmund is looking for possible reinforcements for the midfield headquarters. One of the topics is Matteo Guendouzi, and even Foot Mercato was the end of the May of negotiations that Marseille, Guendouzi, the whole thing is happening. But Dortmund have Thomas Delaney, Axel Witsel, and Mohamed Dahoud. They're each going into the last year of their contract with the black and yellow, and they would want to go for they would want to strengthen that midfield. And even Dortmund are looking at Manuel Locatelli as well. Still, that depends. I mean, Dortmund don't spend a lot. They just really don't, as per the things I know. So, moving on. So, as we talk about more about Aaron Ramsey, let's talk about Sol Campbell, who hints at Arsenal's return for Juventus star. He says that Sol Campbell has suggested Ramsey could make a shock return to Arsenal this summer. Now, he says that Aaron Ramsey makes amazing runs. The timings are to perfection. It's incredible. He's got a knack of getting in there. You need those players who can get in there. You need those players who can smell something's opening up here. Turkey were playing three at the back, so Ramsey was just waiting for that gap, and Gareth Bale found him for the first goal. He's very intelligent with those runs. He's working hard. He's making great runs. He's a top class player. Maybe he's in the shop window. He might take a little return to North London and see what's happening at Arsenal. You never know. Well, Campbell really believes that the Dragons to be a force at Euro 2020 and reach the last four again. Now, he believes that, but more importantly, he believes that Aaron Ramsey should come back to Arsenal. Well, that's what he thinks. That's all I'm going to say. Nothing more. Well, moving on. So, talking about different stuffs. Well, Thomas Partey. Before going to Thomas Partey, let's talk about Micah Richards. Now, if you can see this image, if you can't, let me just enlarge it for you. So Micah Richards on his Instagram stories shared this image. Roy Keane being on his tippy toes for a photo alongside Patrick Vieira. So he said some would say he's been trying to get to Vieira's level for some time. Roy Keane, he's your best friend. Micah Richards and Roy Keane are really a couple. I love them together, man. Also, Sky Sport again report that Arsenal are interested in Sheffield United keeper Aaron Ramsdale. Ramsdale is one of the number of keepers Arsenal are looking at, and they also remain interested in Matt Ryan as well. Bird Leno has intimidated it may be time for him to move on, and it could be. So it's official, ladies and gentlemen. Thomas Partey launches foundation to help underprivileged footballers. According to George Addo Jr. reporting, he says that Thomas Partey has launched a foundation in his hometown, Odumase Krobo. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. With the aim of allowing talented but underprivileged young footballers to make it to the highest stage. The midfielder who signed for Arsenal on the deadline day believes that, there should be certain things. So he's launched it, ladies and gentlemen. He's laid the foundation, and we are proud of you, Thomas. I am definitely proud of you. Well, moving on. So talking about more stuff, Edu and Arsenal are pushing to complete £50 million transfer after contract offer has been rejected, and it's none other than Eduardo Camavinga. So Eduardo Camavinga, we all know, big Ren star, is expecting to move on. He's not going to sign a new contract, and it's pretty much clear that he does not want to, and he would want to move on. He doesn't want to be a part of Ren anymore. So which club will come for him? Well, Madrid were the most keen, but they are not anymore. They just aren't anymore. So as things stand, Arsenal are really standing ahead of the line compared to literally anyone in the market. Paris Saint-Germain also reported to be interested and would be able to offer Camavinga Champions League football. That's the only difference, but that's a big question. What does Camavinga want? He wants Champions League football plus 100% game time at a club, because that's not what he's going to get at Paris Saint-Germain. There's Verratti, Paredes, Wijnaldum now. Lots of players that it'll be difficult for him to get that game time at Paris Saint-Germain. Or he could go to Paris Saint-Germain and then move out on loan, which would be so... It's like you're killing your career. If you're a youngster, if you want to make it big at a big club, do it at a young age. If you can't do that, it's tough. If you go out on loan, my God, it's difficult to resurrect your career. It's tough. Okay, so hear out what Giles Grimandi has to say, what he has heard about the whole Madison update. Now he says that here in the Madison move, it just makes a nice change that Arsenal are trying to buy a player who's integral to his club, playing for a rival club, prime years still ahead of him. So he likes it, but there's some people who are actually calling James Madison a bum. So to them, I would just want to say, get off of football, get off of internet for some days, and just walk out and stop commenting about football. Like, you just don't deserve to have your opinion as well. Yeah. So cheers. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, I'll see you in the next episodes. And of course, there is a very big FIFA episode coming on my next channel. If you want to be a part of it, the second channel, the link is in the description. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well. Cheers.